Hello. I hope the volume is a little bit louder today. I think I figured it out. I'm not sure. What do you think? Is it some nice beard stroking ASMR for you? Should that be my next channel endeavor? I just make shorts where I put the microphone in my beard. I may have to try that because that would probably get like 1 million views. And that's all I need. Just about 1 million. Just about 1 million. All right, we're going to riff off the cuff as much as we can. I've been practicing a little bit. Just a little bit. Excuse me. Instead of covering my mouth and covering my microphone. That's so weird. I've decided to embrace the suit. Oh, man. You see my secret. Hello and welcome to HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. I'm Tom Durante, the maestro. It says right here on this little plaque that I have. A crypto enthusiast who got into this wild world back in 2020 with just a GPU mining rig and a passion for passive income. I'm bullish, right? Yeah, I'm bullish on Bitcoin and Cardano, but I also like taking profits with other coins. With my music background and my background music, I bring a unique vibe to breaking down the crypto economy. Think of it as a soundtrack to your hodling journey. Here on HODL Harmony, expect daily videos with market updates, simple technical analysis to read those charts, wallet guides to keep your coins safe, stories from my ongoing mining journey, and practical crypto tips. Whether you're new or a seasoned hodler, I'm here to learn and grow with you. I may be just a few years ahead of you, but I am not an expert, just passionate. So as always, do your own research. Let's find the harmony in hodling together, right? Make sure you do a couple things. If you enjoy my content and you think you like the look of this weird gentleman here, go ahead and do a couple things for the YouTube algorithm. Please hit the like button. Please smash the subscribe, poke, there you go, the notification bell so you get notified whenever I go live. Oh, that was I totally remember what number 5 was. I think. I may have to go back and look. Number 4, and most important, please share this video with all of your friends, all of the non-believers, or as I heard someone call them today, the normies. Share this video with all the normies and the non-Bitcoiners, because we taken over and they're going to have to figure it out. So they may as well learn it from someone who knows. That's you or me or both. I think number 5 was join the Discord. I think that's what it was. Number 5, join the community on Discord. It is thriving. It's got a couple of tweaks, kinks to work out, but other than that, it is thriving. Happy Steak and Shake Bitcoin Day. This video is not brought to you by Steak and Shake, but my dinner was brought to me by Steak and Shake. I will share with you some uncut footage later on in this video about my trip to pay 19,343 Satoshis for a double steak burger with cheese, ketchup, pickles, and onions, medium beef tallow fries, and a Kit Kat shake. So that's pretty exciting. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? This is now an ASMR channel. It's pretty neat. And let me see if I can show you this. It shows you that I paid using the Lightning Network. That was the only option. But that makes sense. You know, it's a fast food restaurant. So their payment has to be equally as fast. The amount paid, 19,343 Satoshis. The exchange rate was $1 to 963.75834. Seriously? 16538,055 Satoshis. That is extremely specific. The fiat amount was $20.07. Please be advised, all Bitcoin transactions are final. Please consult your local regulations regarding refunds and tax obligations. Contact Steak and Shake for questions. May 16th, 2025. That is, I'm going to laminate this and hang it up on my wall. Maybe I'll just put it right here. Because look, you could see, oh, you couldn't see it if I put it there. But look at my new camera figure out thingy that I'm doing here. Nearest Steak and Shake is about 3 hours from you. Oh, Butters, that's wild. Maybe with all the Bitcoin that they're getting, do you live like out in the country or something? That's wild. I mean, there's only 2 around me. One of them is right here, but I went to the one a little bit further away. But that's wild. Maybe with all this Bitcoin, they can open up a new location. Who knows? That's wild. Welcome, Mr. Butters. Thank you for joining me on my music channel. I hope you enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. Chasen, oh, you didn't save your receipt, and I know your secret. Welcome our newest HODL harmonian, Chasen, to the chat. He and I met today at Steak and Shake. I walked up and I paid for my burger. That's Washington life. Oh, I see. Are you in like the country? I bet it's beautiful up there. But yeah, we met in Steak and Shake. I ordered my food and I had my Bitcoin shirt on, and I heard some normies, as Jason called them, behind me say, "Oh, look, haha, you could pay in Bitcoin. That's silly." I don't know if they said that's silly, but that was my extrapolation of what they said. Oh, there we go. We got some music going on in the background. That's really cool. I may have to come visit. Yeah, I think Chasen is a hardcore. He called himself, what did you say? I'm trying to remember what he said. You're a bad Bitcoiner. But I was thinking about that on the way home. You are not a bad Bitcoiner. You're just a Bitcoiner. There are many facets, many levels. You don't need to degrade yourself. If you are into Bitcoin, you're a step ahead of the rest of everybody else. So welcome to the club, sir. It's really cool. So I paid for my burger. I heard the normies behind me saying, "Oh, listen to that, you could buy in Bitcoin." Who would do that? Oh, I don't know, the 2 guys standing behind you. So I bought my burger. And I was trying to take some footage, so I was just kind of holding my phone there. And then, of course, I had to pay using my phone. So it was interesting. I used my Coinbase. I'll show you the footage later. I got to cut it up. I'm going to make a longer video, and I'm going to make a short video on that. So that'll be fun. But we'll talk more about that. I'll show you that footage. I went through Coinbase, and I did pay on the blockchain. I used Lightning Network, which I'm not a huge fan of the Lightning Network, but that's what they wanted, so that's what they got. So, but yeah, I couldn't imagine waiting 10 minutes or even a whole hour for the transaction to land on the Bitcoin blockchain. So I understand using Lightning. It was just a bit of a surprise, and I was like, okay, well, luckily when you scan the QR code on Coinbase, it recognizes that it's a Lightning transaction, and it just works smoothly and flawlessly. I had my little security device, I put in my PIN, all that stuff. I mean, the only thing that took long was like me trying to fumble all my technology and stuff. It was very simple. The payment screen timed out as I was like fumbling around with my stuff, so it just took a second for me to do it. But other than that, it worked really fine and it was easy. And then Chasen and I sat down and had, I don't even know, I got lost in time. We were talking for probably like half an hour, 45 minutes. You know, just two Bitcoiners eating some burgers and stuff. So that was fun. It was really cool meeting you, and I'm glad you're here. All right, let's get into some news. We're going to get into our market update, but as you can see on the side of your screen, I'm going to read, I can't read my screen, but yeah, we're down a little bit after being up a little bit, so it's just too much of a sideways motion this week for me. I don't know. I think, like Jason was saying, we're coiled up, we're just ready to go. It's just not going anywhere yet. So we are looking at $103,482 for Bitcoin, but we will get to that in a minute. Let me know if the music, I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. While I'm talking, I'm going to leave it up. Let me know how my volume sounds, because I've really been struggling and fighting with that. I'm going to consider going back to my condenser microphone, but if it sounds good, it sounds good, it sounds good. I think I got a little bit of leeway. I can turn it up just a bit, but let me know how it sounds to you. All right, so the title of my news update, thanks to Grok, is Crypto Crime Spike, Markets Wobble. But I chose to call this video Steak and Shake Bitcoin Day, because Bitcoin Pizza Day is coming up soon. Here's a fresh roundup of 10 top crypto news stories for your HODL Harmony livestream on Friday, May 16th. Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, the beard mic is the way to go. Who would have known growing this beard? Man, you are in the zone. Okay? As long as you're in the zone, you're good. I have gone so far down the rabbit hole. It just made sense for me to start broadcasting on YouTube and sharing all this, because without advocating for it, it's not going to happen. So here I am. I've decided I'm going to wear the suit. It's fancy. I have some other suits, so this is just my other suit. I think this is the one suit that I bought myself. The rest of them I got by other means. But anyway, this is fancy. We're Bitcoiners. I got my Bitcoin hat. I'm going to take these headphones off because I don't think I really need them, other than to hear the music. So let me know if the balance between the music and that is fine. All right. These stories highlight market movements, security breaches, and regulatory tensions to keep your audience engaged. Right? Official. And I got my pin. I've never worn these before except for on here. So I'm like, I need to wear my pins. So here we go. And it needs to be tilted the right way, because Bitcoin's going up and to the right, even if it's backwards for you. Oh, that's to the left. Never mind. Don't worry about it. It's okay. When you're facing me, it's up and to the right. Okay, number one. Crypto market cap slides 0.9%. That's news? Come on now. The total crypto market cap dropped by 0.9% to 3.45 trillion. That's breaking news. Okay. With trading volume at $131 billion, despite spot-driven price gains in most coins. Cooling U.S. inflation, CPI at 2.3%, fuels hopes for Fed rate cuts any day now, fellas. Come on, what are you doing? But a debt ceiling deal may tighten liquidity. This is just such a sideways market. It's so frustrating. It makes me extremely thirsty. Please remember to stay hydrated. May have been all the salt that I've been eating today, but that's okay. All right. Number 2. Coinbase hack fallout deepens. Coinbase's CEO addressed a $180 million to $400 million cyber attack, revealing hackers bribed overseas support staff for customer data. That's extremely frightening. A $20 million reward is offered for leads, but the SEC is probing Coinbase's user number accuracy, rattling investor trust. Oh my goodness. This is deep. And I mean, I don't know. There are many people that rely on Coinbase. So that's a little scary. But we'll find out. We will keep you posted here. Number 3, the DOJ targets crypto racketeering. The U.S. Department of Justice added 12 defendants to a $263 million crypto crime case tied to a 4,100 Bitcoin theft from a Genesis creditor in August 2024, involving break-ins and money laundering. Wow, there is crime all over the place. This is crazy. So August 2024, so that was 4,100 Bitcoin, not dollars, 4,100 Bitcoin theft from a Genesis creditor. Interesting. Number 4, French crypto kidnapping attempt. A masked gang tried to kidnap the daughter of a crypto businessman in Paris on May 14th, escalating fears in France's crypto community after a string of violent incidences. Remember, I think it was last week or the week before, there was a father and I think it was unclear. It was like a father and son crypto team, and the father was kidnapped and his finger was severed. So please be careful out there. Just noticing a pattern. They all happen to be happening in France. So I don't know. I'm just observing a pattern here. Number 5, World Liberty Finance defies oversight. Zach Witkoff, co-founder of the Trump-backed World Liberty Finance, dismissed Senator Blumenthal's probe into Trump's crypto conflicts. This is a tongue twister of a story. Dismissed Senator Blumenthal's probe into Trump's crypto conflicts as flawed, claiming the platform is too busy building to comply. That doesn't sound good, okay? Now, I've told you before, I do support the current president, but I don't like whoever is advising them in their crypto ventures. It just doesn't feel right, and that leaves a funny taste in my mouth. Anyway, number 6, we'll try and do some follow-up with these as stories develop and things like that. Unfortunately, I don't have Tanner right next to me to be Googling stuff. So anyway, maybe he'll be a more featured, prominent member whenever he gets a little bit less busy. And it'll most likely have to be like over the Zoom call or something. So we'll figure that all out as time moves on. Number 6, FTX, $5 billion repayment plan. FTX owes me $100, so maybe I'll see that. FTX announced a second round of repayments, exceeding $5 billion to creditors, a significant step in its bankruptcy recovery, boosting sentiment for affected investors. So creditors, not customers. That's important to know. Whenever you get a settlement from like a stock or something, a company that went under, something like that, the creditors to that company get paid first, regardless of the investors. And they may get something, but maybe not, depending on how much there is. All right, just a few more. Number 7, Starknet's ZK rollup upgrade. Starknet achieved Stage 1 ZK rollup status, enhancing Ethereum scalability and security. Its partnership with Lombard Finance to integrate liquid-staked Bitcoin, LBTC, expands Bitcoin's DeFi use. This is trending on X. So if you don't know, ZK means zero knowledge, if I am thinking of the right thing. So this means like zero knowledge proof. I'll have to look a little bit more into that to explain it clearly, but I think I don't know. It has something to do with the consensus mechanism, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's move on. Number 8, Bitcoin ETF inflows slow. And we saw that yesterday when we were looking at all that stuff. BlackRock's IBIT saw reduced inflows after a $356 million spike on May 9th, with total Bitcoin ETF inflows dropping to $800 million weekly, signaling cautious institutional moves. So yeah, we're getting a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of cautionary stuff, and our resident options trader in the Discord was warning us about some interesting things happening. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We'll see. Nobody can say. Number 9, Russian bank praises Bitcoin. Russia's central bank named Bitcoin the top performing asset in April 2025, highlighting its resilience amid global market shifts. I think we looked at that yesterday on X. Number 10, Shiba Inu burns surge. Interesting. Over 516 trillion Shiba tokens were burned, reducing supply and sparking speculation of a price rally, though analysts warns of volatility. Analysts warn, I hold 1 million Shiba. It's worth a whole $16, so go ahead, burn them up. Burn them, burn them, burn them. Burn, baby, burn. All right, anyway. Live stream talking points for you to discuss and leave your comments in the comment section below. Markets, 3.5 trillion, the market cap, 0.9% dip. HODL or hunt for bargains. Like I said, when I was reading it, 0.9%. Really? This is news? I don't think so. Coinbase's hack and SEC probe. Is trust in exchanges crumbling? The DOJ's crypto crime crackdown. Cleaning up or scaring off investors? French kidnapping scare. How safe are crypto moguls? Trump's crypto defiance. Bullish bravado or regulatory red flag? You gotta let me know what you think down in the comments below. And you also gotta stay hydrated. And you also gotta keep cool. I need to turn my air conditioner down. Get that puppy cranking. All right, so look at us go. We're hodling. We're having a great old time. It's a Friday. Happy Friday to everyone. I hope you enjoy all the new camera angles that I got going on. It's just so much fun. I'm just playing around with all my cameras. I got an extra camera because I actually really like these very simple, they're 4K cameras. If you're looking for any kind of cameras, this one here, where am I going? This is by a company called Emeet, E-M-E-E-T. And this is the Emeet Pico. This was the first one I got. This is a 4K camera. And as you can see, it's got two lenses. One of them is for focusing, and one of them is for the video feed. And so this one right here is actually another one of these, but it's got a better image sensor on it. So I don't know. It's a little bit more expensive. This was like 50 or 60 bucks, and that one was like 100. And then this camera is my AI-driven camera. There you go. Starting to look for deals if we dip. I'm always hodling, hence the name of the channel. So this camera is my AI camera. It's only 1080p. But I mean, it does all right, and it will pan. Yes, that's what I like to hear. Bullish on the administration. That's what we need. It was the only choice. They are the pro crypto administration. The other option was abysmal. But anyway, any hoozles. Let's check in with the crypto markets. So we are starting to dip. Let me read what our options trader was talking about in the Discord. Let's see. So he showed this graph of the S&P 500 SPY diving, taking a huge dive. Let's see, can you see that? All right, so that's his chart that he sent into the Discord. And he said, this could get bad, fellas. Crypto will get tested. Gonna be interesting to see. U.S. credit score got downgraded right where you see the devil red candles. Yikes. So these big gigantic red candles right here. So that was apparently the U.S. credit score going down. That's not good. I remember that happening one time, I think, in my history here. The criminal MM knew this all day, and they ran the tape for the new 3-month highs. Trillions of calls wiped out. Whew. Interesting. I don't really understand a whole lot of that trading stuff. Like I said, I've learned a little bit, but it's nice to have an expert in the Discord to kind of help us take a sidestep from crypto and kind of learn about the broader markets going on. So S&P took a fall, so that, they are, until proven otherwise, they are still pretty much correlated. And so we are seeing a moderate pullback. Okay, what time is this? Yeah, so 12 o'clock here. I was so busy, I didn't even check the charts today. I didn't even get to watch my crypto news. I had a lot of stuff going on at school today. So we had a nice big green candle, 0.27% up, and then a little bit sideways, and then down. And then we're falling and falling. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay, because like we were talking about over our burgers, it's coiling up. It's coiling up and getting ready to go. So I think I have to change this. Nope. Let's see if it stays. I think we're gonna have some good news about my node later, but we'll check in on that. Wow, look at that pump for Cardano. Let's measure that. I love it when I have to refresh my chart. That's not Cardano. You're not Cardano. Get out of here. There you are. All right, let's measure this, because that looks nice. Okay, so about 6%. Wow, in 3 hours. That's pretty cool. 4 hours though, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. So interesting. So 6% up in 3 hours, and then pretty much right back down. But that's okay. It happens. Up, down, basically sideways. All right, so I'm gonna check in. I'm gonna make that graph bigger for what we were looking at. The SPY. Is that the one? I think that's the one. Yeah, okay, let's go for that. What? Spider? No. No. What am I looking at here? Clearly I haven't looked at stocks in a while. SPY? Funds? SPY? That's the Spider S&P 500. Yo, I don't really know what I'm looking at. Let me see. Is it SPX? Am I looking at the wrong thing? What am I looking at? SPY. Huh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at here. SPY. So that, I have no idea what that chart was. Maybe, you know what? Let me look here at his time scale. Maybe that's like a super zoomed in time scale. What's the time scale here? I can't tell. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so those are pretty. What? We've closed this connection. We're having a great time. Let's reload this. Reload. Okay, there we go. I was like, oh, that's Bitcoin, for crying out loud. SPY. Let's look at this real quick. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. That looks like it's an up chart to me. So anyway, I have not ever looked at this. So let's look. Oh, wait, what? I thought that was the D dollar index. Why am I forgetting all of my stuff here? DX. I thought that was the DXY. Oh, wait a minute. That's why. There we have it. Okay. So our dollar index took a pump today. Maybe as crypto was going down, sideways. I don't know. This is a very confusing market. I just want to look at it every day. That's all. So we're starting to drop down. Crypto's dropping down. But this is just, it's supposed to be the opposite of what crypto's doing. But it does not seem to be doing that. But I just want to check in with it. This is going to be the last day that I say I need to spend more time before I go online, because I'm going to start spending more time before I go online and get some charts, you know, kind of regurgitate some of the stuff that I've been watching and put my own spin on it. So let's move on. Let me refresh this. Okay, we're a little bit less greedy than yesterday. We were at 69 yesterday. We're at 68. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Bitcoin season number has stayed about the same. Okay, so we're still in Bitcoin season. We're taking a little bit of a pullback, but hey, we're up over 100,000. This is a weekly candle that we've closed up over 100,000. Let's go back for a minute and do that. Let's see if, I think I might need to pay for an upgraded version of this. But that's okay. We'll look into that. Or maybe I'll do a different chart. I wonder if that'll do it. If I do a different chart and then I put it on a different time scale, there's a beautiful thing right there. So when in doubt, you should zoom out, because look at this beautiful candle. Like this. Oh, come on now. This is super depressing. It's like, womp womp, it's sideways, wah, 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 wah. But if you zoom out and you say, we have had, I mean, that I'm going to count as up because it started to move up. It opened, it closed down, or it opened, it moved down, and then it closed higher than it moved throughout. So that's an upward movement, right? So it opens here, goes up, comes down, comes here, and closes here. This one opened here, went up, and closed here. And this one opened here, went all the way up, and closed here. And again, these don't have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row. They do not have a bottom candle, or a bottom wick, excuse me. And neither do these over here, just looking at a pattern, right? So there is no bottom wick. So that means it has been up only for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. It's easy to forget that. Okay? I've been doing this channel, I want to say about 3 weeks. So it started to move, maybe this is the 4th week. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I started my channel basically as Bitcoin was starting to move up. I started my channel on the 19th of April. So that's like right at the beginning of this candle, the day before this candle, right? So as I was posting my first videos, Bitcoin was tearing up, and interest in Bitcoin was incredible. And we're just getting started, folks. We are just getting started. Remember this? We had this major pullback, and here we are. So we have yet to break our all-time high of 109,000. As soon as we do, it will be imminent. Within a week or two, we're going to break this. Because look at the size of these candles. If we have another one of these candles, let's do something here. Where am I at? Where am I at? I am not into all the Fibonacci stuff. Where am I at? I would like to put... I need to get rid of that. I don't know what that is. Can I get rid of that? What is this? Get rid of it. Oh, here we go. Ruler. Ruler? Let me refresh this thing. Everything's working really well today, as you can tell. I'm going over this one. Go into a week. Zooming out. Oops, excuse me. Zooming this out. Okay, I just want to measure these candles and see what it looks like if we get one more candle that looks like this. Okay, sorry about all the movement here. Where's my stuff? How do I do what I want to do? Dang it. Well, I have this tool here, so I'm going to use this one, if it works. Alright, so we're at the bottom of this. There we go. And we'll go just to the body of the candle. So that's 11%. And let's just take this and move it. So these have been moving up pretty significantly. So if we do one more moving up like this, look where we're at. Look at where we're at. Basically breaking it. If we include the wick, we're at 110,000. So one more week, folks. That's my prediction. One more week. What do you think? Are you with me, chat? Sorry, I got a little distracted, but are you with me? Do you see what I'm seeing? Let's zoom in on this. Right here. I'm looking at this wick right here. One more week of the same, and we are breaking all-time highs. So maybe this time we with you. We with me? Are your bags packed? Are you ready to go? Because look at what I'm seeing. Listen, I'm not a technical analysis expert, but it's all patterns. It's all emotional, and it's all patterns. So I literally took this candle, and I mean, look, it's almost identical in size. And they've all been more or less the same for 4 weeks in a row. So who's to say it ain't going to keep going? So I'm calling it. I'm going to post it on X. I'm going to do a couple things on X. 120 is most likely the next stop. That sounds pretty good. And it's right there. We had somebody come in the chat last week and was like, are we going to break 135 this month? So that's what's on my other chart, just in case it happens. That's this big blue area that you see in my chart. I drew it up to 130 because I'm on the hourly chart. I prefer looking at the hourly chart. It's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit chaotic. And obviously it's a little bit, you know, demoralizing sometimes. But look at that freaking sideways motion. Chasen, you were right. This is coiling up right here. And when you look at it like that, it's just like, man, it's coiling up. That is a coil up for a boom. And it's about to happen. How many days we got left? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Before the end of this chart, I don't see the end of the month, but the end of the month might be a little bit further out. Supply is getting up, eaten up for sure. And we may pull back before getting there, but once we break all-time high, 120. I agree 100%. Let's go back. I'm going to continue looking at this weekly chart, and I've pulled it up on a different exchange than before. True. When is that? Let's look that up. The Bitcoin conference. I know that's coming up soon, but when is that? Let's see. The 20th. Ooh, so next week, huh? Strategy World. Oh, that's Bitcoin 2025. Okay. 27th through the 29th. So right at the end of the month. That's great. So we're going to pump into that. So Bitcoin Pizza Day is next week. We'll definitely be talking about that. That's the 22nd. That's when the first purchase using Bitcoin was made. Right? So the first purchase using Bitcoin, and I have one of my shorts. Let me pull that up since we got some new people in here. Let me pull that up for you so we can watch this together. I always like kind of reiterating my stuff. So let's look here. So if you go to my channel, look, I'm live. Oh my gosh. If you go to my shorts, you want to watch my shorts. Look, Bitcoin Pizza. Something with an S. Is that muted? I don't hear anything. Let me try. Why don't I hear anything?
Almost $1 billion. Number 3, I said, what happened? Hey everyone, welcome to HODL.
Okay, let's check this out real quick.
The beat of the blockchain meets. It's the rhythm of riches. Are you riding this crypto wave with me? Today we're going to debunk 5 crypto myths. Let's separate fact from fiction. Number 5, you might think crypto is just for shady dealings, but actually only 0.3% is for illicit use. And of that, 80% are scams. Governments are on top of it, cracking down on crime as much as they can. Number 4, some say Bitcoin has no value, but tell that to the person who spent 10,000 Bitcoin for some pizzas. That Bitcoin is now worth almost $1 billion. Number 3, many think Bitcoin is like a spy movie, completely anonymous. But actually, it's pseudonymous. Transactions are public on the blockchain, but your identity is not tied to that. Number 2, crypto mining sounds bad for the planet, but many miners use renewable resources, like repurposing old power plants, flare-offs of natural gas, geothermal power, and hydroelectric. Number 1, many say Bitcoin isn't real money, but there are thousands of ATMs. Many companies like Tesla and Microsoft accept it. Soon to be Steak and Shake. There are debit cards like Coinbase where you can spend your crypto. And El Salvador made it legal tender. You can use it for anything. There you have it. 5 myths debunked. Don't believe everything you hear online. Crypto's always changing. So keep learning.
And there you go. Pretty interesting.
Hey everyone, welcome to HODL.
So that's pretty cool.
Where
Hope you enjoyed that. It is the most real money, 100%. Laszlo, what is that? Is that about the Bitcoin conference? That kind of sounds familiar. Laszlo, what is that? All right, so real quick, let's just finish our check-in here. Is my music still going? Oh, it's not. Oh, because I didn't have it on repeat. How long has that been off? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So the first purchase of Bitcoin purchase with Bitcoin. He posted on a forum and was like, I want to spend my Bitcoin. Somebody, and I've read the original post, and we'll read it, we'll take a look at it on Thursday next week on actual Bitcoin Pizza Day. He posted on a forum and was like, I don't care if you make the pizza, if you order me a pizza and have it delivered, or if you bring it to me or whatever, I just want to pay Bitcoin for pizza. And thank you, Laszlo, or whoever you are. He paid 10,000 Bitcoin for $40 worth of, I don't know, Papa John's pizza or something like that, Domino's or something. And that Bitcoin is now worth $1 billion almost, and rising. So that's crazy. It's crazy how far we've come. All right, so we're pretty sideways today, so that's boring. Let's look here, make sure we haven't dropped back below alphabet. Oh, why'd you get light? I don't like light, I want dark mode. Anyway, so we're holding steady. It's pretty close though, it's pretty close. All right, let's check in with the market sentiment on X. Look at this. This is Bitcoin Magazine. This is exactly what I did. So pay with Bitcoin, look at that. And then you scan it, and he's using the Zeus wallet, which I have, but I haven't used very much. He paid 20,000 sats for his lunch, and just like that, look at that, within the span of 20 seconds. Look at that. So from here, yeah, for 20 seconds to pay Lightning Network Bitcoin as they are frying up your burger. There it goes. There's his burger right there. Boom. Your order number is 160. That's so cool. And as Chasen and I were talking in the Steak and Shake that we went to, all there was a little thing on the screen. There was no signs, there was no hubbub or anything. It was just, okay, now you can pay with Bitcoin. Well, that's cool. I would like you to like make a bigger deal about it, maybe. There it is. And I had to like I had to just wait there and re-record so that I can get this picture. There I am in the reflection of the machine. But yeah, so they just had one screen. Debit, credit, and Bitcoin. So that's what it looks like if you go to a Steak and Shake now. They have a little emblem that they did. There's me buying my Bitcoin, stroking my beard. Debit, credit. So many people. Oh yes. Sats should be the unit. We were talking about this. So many people would get over the unit bias. I was really hoping for the B pressed. Yes! I saw that video on X here, and I was like, where is... Are these my bookmarks? Yeah, these are my bookmarks. It's further down here. Let me see if I can find it. I don't want to expose too much of the stuff that I have yet to show you. But I saw this yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to go get a Bitcoin burger from Steak and Shake. Where was it? I'm sorry. Oh, you don't even see that, so don't worry about it. Let me see. I'm finding it real quick. Maybe I didn't bookmark it. Huh. I guess not. All right, well, let's go back up. Good thing you didn't see any of that. Did you not see? Yeah, I think you did. Okay. Yeah, they had this metal thing with a Bitcoin on it, and it looked like they were painting it or cleaning it, or I don't know what they were doing, but I was expecting my burger to have a Bitcoin on it. Maybe it's a special burger and they're waiting to come out with them. I don't know. I have no idea. Too much is happening in Bitcoin. Supply shock has to be imminent. Hyper Bitcoinization in progress. All you got to do is hold on for dear life. HODL, HODL, HODL. That's all you got to do. There it is. HODL, HODL. Can you do that? It's a lot harder than it looks. It's about to happen. So this is funny. Mr. HODL says, my son asked me how much Bitcoin we have. That gives me hope for the future. And remember, I was talking that when I taught elementary school, I was asked by one of the teachers to go over money with them, because money and music kind of go together, like quarters and halves and, you know, all that. And so when we were talking about money, I took the opportunity to teach them a little bit about Bitcoin, just to show them the emblem. You know, I wrote the dollar sign, I wrote the yen sign, I wrote the pound sign, and then I wrote the Bitcoin sign. And I think they had seen it before a little bit. You know, everybody's heard of it. This is funny. From the inauguration, Elon Musk is so freaking funny. So Elon Musk, bro, sold for a 2x, and Baron Trump, the face of the future, I think, waiting for a 100x. He's just like, yep. Freaking Elon. Look at this. Oh my God. He's too good. He's too funny. Oh man. No one is calling for a super cycle this time? I think we are. I've heard a lot of people calling about a super cycle. And again, you get me with the Lord of the Rings memes. Destroy the ring! Take profits! No. I'll keep the Bitcoin for myself. HODL is the best way. Stay humble, stack sats, relax, and live your life. Super cycle. Super cycle is imminent. Look at that. This is where I saw it, and then I was like, oh, cool. Moscow time for the exchange rate? I didn't see that. I don't know what he meant by that. I saw that, and I was like, why? What is he seeing there? Moscow time? I don't understand why he said that. But anyway, they are denominating in sats at Stake and Shake. This is so incredibly based. That's one of my favorite turns of a phrase. Based. Look at the receipt. I don't understand Moscow time. If you guys know what that means, let me know. Maybe I'll look it up. But yeah, seeing stats on a Stake and Shake receipt is weirdly satisfying. 20,078. He paid a little bit more than I did. That is so cool. We need to be measuring our wealth in sats. Okay? You feel a lot more rich when you see $20 as 20,000. You feel a lot more rich. Wearing my suit, looking at my 19,000 sat receipt, I feel like the upper echelon. Look at this. There are Satoshi statues going up all over. This is insane. Polishing the Satoshi statue in Tokyo. Meticulously cleaning it. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. I want one in my town. Jason, let's go. What's the word I'm looking for? Hire an artist, whatever the word is. Hire an artist to make a Satoshi statue. Put it down by the Ringling Museum. A lot of Bitcoiners are like, this is great. This is exactly what we were talking about yesterday, Butters. A lot of Bitcoiners are like, hell no, I'm not spending my sats, my Bitcoin today. I was just thinking that because you talked about working with metal. Bro, okay. I mentioned to you a little bit about, is that making a sound? What? Hang on a minute. Where's that my music? Okay, no, they have music. I thought the metal was actually making a sound. That would be cool. But Jason, stick around. The more we get to know each other, the more I'm going to open up to you about some of my ideas. This could be a cool idea. Making Satoshi statues and selling them in Bitcoin? I mean, come on. Come on. What is the word for hiring an artist? I'm a musician. I should know this. Commission an artist. And if you're the artist, I say, I'm a businessman. You can see I'm wearing a suit. I'm a businessman. I'm an idea guy. I come up with ideas, and sometimes I actually execute them. Sometimes I inspire others to execute them. So this is a great idea. I mean, look at how cool that is. It's one of those statues where you look head on and you can see through it. And this one is not as see-through as some of the other ones. But yeah, so that's really cool. And you said you work with metal. That's really cool. I like that. I need some new siding on my house. Maybe you can help me out. So this was speaking to me. A lot of Bitcoiners are like, hell no, I'm not spending my Bitcoin today at Steak and Shake. I believe in freedom. So it's not my place to tell you what to do with your own money. That's how I feel. Here are a few things that are good for Bitcoin, and if a person does spend and replace, this is my life. This is my life mission right now. Spend and replace. It's like magic. You spend Bitcoin with a merchant that accepts it. It creates transactional momentum in the real economy. It reinforces adoption and usage, making it move farther towards medium of exchange. That's what we need. It creates additional revenue for miners, which reinforce the network. Guess what? I'm a miner, very small scale, but I'm a miner, and we're going to take a look at my node later. I'm so excited. It has to be done. It has to be done. It was 95%. I swear to you, if it's 99.75%, I'm going to cry. It has to be done. It disproves normies who say you can't buy anything with it. It incentivizes more businesses to accept it. And you get a delicious burger. That we did. At the end of it all, you just spend the fiat to rebuy the Bitcoin you spent, and you still have the Bitcoin. That's incredible. Steak and Shake accepting Bitcoin payments at all locations starting May 16th today, making the cryptocurrency available to our more than 100 million customers. The movement is just beginning, and I love this. Steak Toshi. So I urge you to spend and replace. Because there are people like the Bitcoin core people who, do I still have that up? Where is that picture? I think that was on X. Oh no, that was here. I've already moved it. But there are people who are trying to put garbage on our blockchain. And if we flood the blockchain with financial transactions, they cannot do it. So don't let them flood our blockchain. All right, let's continue here. This is me. This is my daily life. I try to concentrate, but instead, I buy more Bitcoin. This is funny. Oh, the bull market's over. Oh, that's what the bear says. And then the bull has a little something to say about it. It ain't over till I say it's over. This is so true right here. So true. Two almost identical fish, two very different lives. Are you stuck in a fishbowl, or are you swimming free in the ocean? Which fish are you? This is funny. When your friend says Bitcoin is going to zero, and you have to check to see if they have a brain. It's hilarious. Listen to this story. This is incredible. In 2015, Captain Bitcoin says, I sold 800 Bitcoin to buy a house for my family. In 2018, I sold my house and bought back 50 Bitcoin. That's crazy. 800 to 50. That is an incredible, I'm assuming he still had some when he sold 800 Bitcoin. I'm assuming. I don't know. Remember, friends, stay hydrated. People who thinks I'm crazy for selling my house, please know that my only regret is to have sold my Bitcoin in the first place. Investment in real estate is now garbage compared to Bitcoin. You know, I don't know 100% about real estate, but there is no second best. That's what Michael Saylor taught me. Bitcoin has been launched at Steak and Shake. The revolution is underway. All right, we're going to listen to this real quick. Let's go back here. Because this is the next era.
We're going to do a token drop, airdrop, called Glacier Drop, brand new distribution mechanism. And if you hold Bitcoin, Ether, Cardano, XRP, if you hold Avalanche, BNB, if you hold Brave, because we like the bats people, if you hold any of these ecosystems, you already have it. Congratulations. It's for free. Just airdrop it to 37 million accounts.
He's talking about Midnight, the new coin.
You can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. You can ignore it and put it in the corner like a lonely dog. You can sell it. You can burn it. You can say, I really hate that Charles Hoskinson guy, so I'm just going to find a way to weaponize it against him. I don't give a shit. It's yours. It's your property. Anybody can take it. And what this is going to do is it's going to bring the entire industry together. It's going to bring all the people together. And it's going to give them a new way of thinking about things. The other magical part of it is the dual tokenomics model that we have. The idea of having a token and a capacity unit, which means that you can pay in any asset you want and it just works.
This dude is a visionary. Nope. So, Midnight Network is going to do an airdrop. He said it's launching soon. We don't know exactly when yet. I will certainly tell you when it happens, but it will happen soon. So, like clockwork, Bitcoin is following the global M2 supply, and this has been the weirdest correlation and the most useful to kind of see where the market is going. All right, so reaching one whole Bitcoin is already out of the question for most people. Focus on getting more Satoshis. I cannot say it enough. Satoshi, Satoshi, Satoshi. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. A Satoshi is the smallest unit of Bitcoin, equivalent to 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. One Satoshi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros in front of it, and a 1. And then you can have 10 Satoshis with 6 zeros, 100 Satoshis, 1,000 Satoshis. So I paid 19,000 Satoshis. So that would be somewhere in here, 19,000. Okay, that was about 20 bucks. 100,000 Satoshis, that would be like 200 bucks. 1 million Satoshis, that's like 1,000 bucks. 10 million, that's 10,000. 100 million, 100,000, right? 10,000, 100,000. $100,000 Bitcoin, chef's kiss, very easy to understand. At any other price, it's been extremely difficult to be like, how much is a Satoshi? But these nice round numbers are beautiful. How do we see future M2? Okay, great question. I have added it on my trading view. Let me zoom back in here. So I've added it to my trading view as an indicator. So what I did here, all my indicators, where are they? Where are they? Oh, I think I had to go, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Alert. Let me see where this is. Can you see this? Yeah, you can see my screen. However you add indicators. I think I need a refresh. It looks different on my phone. Where are we? Where are we? The line and bars next to the frame. Line and bars next to the frame. Next to candles. Ah, this. There it is. Thank you, Butters, coming in clutch. Okay, so I searched M2, and there were a bunch of them. And I just decided to pick the 10-week lead. I believe that's the one I put on there. Global liquidity. Thank you, Butters. 10-week lead. And that's a little different than what a lot of people are looking at. Right, so M2. So if you're on TradingView, you're on a chart. I have a free account on TradingView, so I'm not paying for this, but I think I want to just so I can do more things with it. But right now I'm not. So I'm gonna bookmark this just because that's the one that I used. Maybe I should have used this one. I don't know. I think maybe you can edit it. Let's see what we can do with this. Move to, so let's see, source code. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot. Oh, what's this? There we go, settings. Visibility. Yeah, okay. So you can do different things with it and move it around and whatnot. I don't know exactly how to do all this yet. Plot, yeah. So you can change it however you want, but this is basically it down here. I have mine just on the bottom of my chart because I don't think I can put two charts together. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to ask Grok how to do that. But yeah, so that's how you do it. That's how I did it. That's this yellow line. So whenever I post a screenshot of my chart, you'll see all these indicators here. I've got my market cipher B. I can only do so many, so I removed the market cipher A, which was all on top of these candles. Let's see if I can just put that back. Nah, I'm not worried about it. So I like to see the volume. I like to see the momentum waves and things like that. It looks like we're coming down, coming up, things like that. How is it measured? Yeah, so this shows a 10-week lead. So the numbers here are actually from 10 weeks ago. 10 weeks. They're shifted forward 10 weeks. Yeah, they're from 10 weeks ago, right? So this is the global liquidity from 10 weeks ago, shifted forward to today. And it's correlating very closely. So 10 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 2.5 months. I think people are talking, it's anywhere between like 90 days and like 70 days and something like that. So that's right about the right range. So that's why it's pretty much been spot on. You know, it may be like this is for this here, so it's a little bit off, like maybe a day or two off, but that is not a huge deal. It's pretty close. So it looks like, I was looking at this and I'm like, okay, it should be going up. Yeah, basically, exactly. It takes 10 weeks to trickle into the market. And let's see, yeah, so he's got it lined up right over the Bitcoin price. And you can just see it, like, it's staggering how close. Oh, look, that's wow. Wow, guys, wow. I didn't know I was that good. I did not know I was that good. Just like when I drew that line on the chart and it did exactly what I said it was going to do. That's crazy. So, yeah. The 10-week lead is the one that he's using. People are using different ones. Let's see what the comments say. So you think the current local top or final top of the cycle is around 120 or 30K? The current local top? Yeah, maybe for like right here. Something like that. That's what this is saying. Within the next 2 months. Global liquidity is about to explode higher towards the end of the year. So these numbers here are what's happening today right now. And these numbers here are what's happened 10 weeks ago. Yeah, right? Well, I'm glad I could help you learn something. That's what I do. I'm a teacher. This is interesting. Bitcoin adoption is booming, but the price stays flat. This is the greatest price manipulation in history. You can't fake it forever. Truth always prevails in the long run. Okay, we're almost done. Investing $500 to $1,000 every month into Bitcoin is an almost guaranteed way to become a millionaire. So why do most people not do this? Not financial advice. You got to make your own decisions here. But, yeah. So let me just do a quick little math here. So I was buying $5 a day of Bitcoin times 30. That's only $150 a month. So, you know, that's what I could afford to do. I'm a teacher. Yeah. So yeah, it's a little confusing, but once that clicks and you see how closely it's related and correlated to the price, it's like, wow, crazy. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot. If you can afford an extra $1,000, I'm sure that if I stopped buying stupid crap like new cameras on Amazon, then I could probably put in another $1,000 a month. And maybe I'll have to do that. But that's why I kind of switched over from dollar cost averaging on Coinbase to dollar cost averaging on my miners. So I'm trading my power bill for more Bitcoin. And so far it's been paying off. I have now paid off just in the Bitcoin price. Remember, if we're looking here, This is my mining rigs. I have 2 of these. Let's refresh just to make sure it's fresh. So I have 2 of these machines. They use a decent amount of power and they don't get a whole lot of terahash. But I only focus on this number. Look, I'm only losing 73 cents. Yesterday I was losing 75 cents. That is true, Butters. You're 100% right. But I do spend a lot of stupid money on stupid things. But yeah, stream stuff, I've been investing a lot in my streams. And it's been paying off. And so I just want to, I think I'm done buying stuff. Got my cool background. I got all my cool stuff. I got the stream deck. I got the camera. I mean, look at this view. Look at this. This is quite the setup. I've taken a month, one little piece at a time, building all of this. I got my cool stream deck where I switch the screens. You know, it's so easy. I love it. One of the students told me about that. I was like, I need a what? And so then I got my little extra monitor here so I can do all kinds of stuff on it. That's where I used to put the chat up here so you could see it, but now I've got the chat up here on the actual screen, all that stuff. So I'm evolving and you are here at the ground level. All right, so back to my point here. I'm dollar cost averaging with my power bill, okay? It was a bold decision. I drive a Tesla. This is my little Tesla. You can't see that. That's my little Tesla Y. One of the students gave me this. My students love me. They're the bright part of my day sometimes. So that's exactly what my car looks like. And I have my 220 outlet that I put in to charge the car. But I'm not charging the car 24 hours a day. I'm not even charging the car every day. So I was like, okay, I have this outlet. Let me try buying a big boy crypto miner. Because I had my Nano 3 until it stopped working and I need to fix it. But then I bought, this is what the Nano 3 looks like, but they're advertising it as a Nano 3S. That's not what it looks like. Let's go to Canon's website here. Oh yeah. So that's, ooh. Drop in prices here. I think it's time to shop for another miner, but I really need to wait. I really need to wait until after the market is done. So Avalon miners, is that right? I think that's right. Yep. I want one of these. I want one of these so bad. How many terahash is that? I'm sorry guys, I'm going down the rabbit hole for a minute. Look at how pretty it is. Just let me see the price, gosh dang it. What? Oh my god. Oh, a bulk order. There's no way. It's only 2,000. A lot of these Bitmains and stuff. Oh my, am I really? I'm not gonna buy another miner. If I did, let's just say as an experiment, if I did, this miner, let's come over here for a second. If I did, which I really don't want to, but I do want to. What do you think? What do you think? Should I do it, you guys? Yeah, you know, okay, here's what I say, Chase. I say buying a Tesla, and I bought my Tesla in 2021. So buying a Tesla in 2021 is like buying a Ford in 1921. The build quality is not that great. It's a brand new car model, basically. I mean, the Model Y that I got was brand new at the time. And the model that I got was discontinued after only 3 months or 1 month or something like that. I got a unicorn. It's not a great unicorn, but I got a unicorn out of it. So I love my car. And I bought it right at the right time, but the build quality is not great. I'm not gonna lie. It's not great. Butters, stop encouraging me. But you might keep continuing. So A15 Pro, let's take a look here. A15 Pro, 218, is that right? 218, 221 is what they advertise, but it will probably peak up to like 220 and something like that. So look at that, 218. Okay, that is not that expensive, you guys. It's really not. Oh my god. Why? So this is my hold up here. It's not really a hold up. This is my thinking. Look at how much more profitable that is than my 2 miners. This one machine uses the same amount of power. Yeah. I'm not sure if you're saying that you should get the electric or not, but I love my electric car. Let's see. So let's just compare this to this. Apples to apples here. So 3,400 watts on my miner. This uses, and that's one miner. So 3,400 times 2, 68, is that right? 6,800 watts I'm pulling out of the wall to mine about 190 terahash, 180 terahash. Yeah, I mean, your car looked pretty nice. But yeah, I just love the electric. I drive back and forth to school. I do go on road trips, and I've just gotten used to the Tesla life. I love it. I pull up. This is how invested I am. It's right over there. I drive a Tesla. I have a Starlink, and I use X. And I was posting on X while connected to the Starlink while charging my Tesla. So I'm down the rabbit hole. I ordered one of these. People have so many mixed feelings about these, but I love it and I really want it, but it's just not financially time yet, especially with some things that are going on recently. But look at this. So one miner. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I love it. That's my favorite car. I ordered one when they first came out, and I've been waiting. I've just been waiting. I think I'm gonna wait for version 2, because there's some things I don't like about it. Mostly the fact that, like, the biggest one is the fact that the back window doesn't go down to let the air conditioner back into the truck bed. Because if you're gonna camp in there, and they have a tent that you could put in there, but you can't get air conditioner in there. And I guess maybe if you roll the windows down and let the air go in through like some kind of I don't know, but that window should just go down, and that whole thing should fold down like a Chevy Avalanche or something. Like, it should just do that. Oh, I see. Model 3. Yeah, I love my Tesla. All right, so if I were, which I might consider it depending on what the market does here soon, what these prices look like. These prices have dropped. I swear to God, these were $6,000. There's no way this is actually $2,800. Okay, yeah, I was like, there's no way. Okay, so 4,000. Okay, that gives me a little bit more pause. So that is 10 times more expensive than the one that I bought. So, but look at this math. So 6,800 watts, I'm pulling 2 to get 180 terahash. For half of the power, thus half of the price of electricity, I'm getting an extra 40 terahash. So that makes a lot of sense. But I think I just have to wait. I've done a lot this year. I think I just have to wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be prudent. I'm gonna wait for the market to peak up, and where $4,000 of Bitcoin is not gonna mean as much to me as it does right now, because that means a lot to me right now. So we'll see. I gotta take some profits out of my altcoins before I can make that make sense. But that looks really good. I'm just gonna leave that page right up here. All right. Yeah, so that whole little tangent there was saying that I am, instead of dollar cost averaging on Coinbase, I'm dollar cost averaging with FPL, the power company, right? So on Coinbase, I pay that dollar every day, that dollar fee on top of my Bitcoin. But with FPL, I only pay them once a month. So to me, that makes a little bit more sense. And to me, in my screwed up head, I just ignore this price, because this price and the amount of Bitcoin that I'm getting, which we will see. Okay, yeah, look. So one of these makes 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, 0.00004 Bitcoin a day, which is about $5 today. It changes with the price of Bitcoin, but this does not change. This remains constant, basically. I mean, up and down depending. Now, the other possibility, and I did experiment with this, is I experimented with switching it over to Bitcoin Cash and trying to solo mine Bitcoin Cash. And Grok had a nice little hallucination, and it made me think that I was going to be making a bunch of blocks a day. And so I tried all weekend, and then finally I was like, something is wrong. And so I finally started a new question with Grok, and it was like, yeah, no, maybe once every 4 months. And that block reward is only like $1,200. Actually, that was back in a couple months ago, so it might be more than that, but it's still at 3.125 Bitcoin Cash, and I would just immediately move that over to Bitcoin. So I don't know, maybe this summer I'll experiment where I'll solo mine one and do the other one on Bitcoin. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but basically I'm ignoring this power cost and saying this price and the Bitcoin that I'm getting is bumping up. Oh, this is cool. I haven't seen this before. So this is a 5th generation miner, and we're on the 8th generation already. That's crazy. Very crazy. And I really trust Canon products. They were the first ASIC manufacturer, and they do really good stuff. And from what I watch on Voscoin, who's an incredible miner, he's got all kinds of different miners, and has a lot of problems with a lot of other ones, but the Canon ones are pretty good. All right, are we done here? Let's look at this real quick while I take a drink. Where'd everybody go? We got 35 views on here. I'm saving $5 a day by doing what I'm doing. Is that right? So are you saying, so let me just get this straight. Are you saying that instead of buying Bitcoin by mining it, instead of paying for it, and instead paying the power company, I'm saving $5 a day? Is that what you're saying? Because it's costing me, basically I'm losing 75 cents if you factor in the power. But what I'm factoring in is the fact that this number is going to quadruple. Yeah, basically. It makes sense to me. And in Bitcoin, I've already made back the price that I paid for both of the miners. So I think it's a good deal. They've already paid themselves back with Bitcoin. Yeah, exactly. So every day, and this changes every day with the price of Bitcoin. So as we go up, this price is going to go up. I'm going to be profitable eventually. But in my mind, I ignore this price. Yeah, oh, there you go. That's it. So I'm saving $0.25 a day. That makes sense. I like that. That makes a lot of sense. So I'm saving myself 25 cents a day, which I think would add up. I think that would add up. Let's see. That's like $7.50 a month that I'm saving myself in fees. So that's pretty cool. Oh, my video stopped playing. There we go. Mr. Butters, did you leave? Are you still there? I'm almost done. I'm going to check in here with my node. Okay, this is my mining pool that I'm mining to right now. Brains pool. Ooh, somebody turned off for a minute. But yeah, so it stays pretty steady. I had to restart. If you look back here, I had a miner that was just turning on and off, and that was my little... Yeah, that is pretty cool. I love it. Ever since I got into it, I can't get enough. And as my intro says, I started with a GPU mining rig back in 2020. So I was chasing ETH at that point before they switched over to proof of stake. So my little baby miner, the Nerd, it's not even on here, but it's smaller than this. And it does 1.2 terahash, probably less power than that. So this one is actually profitable, making 5 cents, and that one's over here. Yep, it's running, and it's quiet, you can't even hear it. But this other one that I have, the Nerd Axe, was turning on and off. And so I just unplugged it and reset it, and it's been fine all day, so that's good. But here we go. Drum roll, please. We're gonna check in on my node. So my node is running. My node has been downloading a new software after it got reset. So I installed all these things so that I can get back to solo mining. I'm gonna take my Nerd Axe, the little guy. I'm gonna take my Nerd Q Axe, and I'm gonna take my Nano 3S. So I'm gonna have 6, 7, 8. Is that 6? Is that exactly 6? Yeah, 6, 8.5, 9, basically 10 terahash. And I'm gonna be solo mining that. So let's see, is it done? Oh my God, it's not done. Oh my God. So maybe by the morning. I've been waiting a week for this to finish, downloading the Bitcoin blockchain. And I thought it was because my internet was slow last time, but I've had new internet since I downloaded the last time, and it still took a week. So we're catching up. These transactions that I'm syncing are only from 10 days ago. So that's pretty cool. We're getting more recent now. It was fun watching the transactions go from 15 years ago and things like that. And they were coming in at like batches, like 8 at a time. But this is taking a little bit longer. These transactions are a little bit bigger. All right, so block. Some of these blocks I remember seeing because I've been moving Bitcoin around. So tomorrow, or maybe within a couple hours, and if you're on the Discord, I'll post whenever this finishes. But whenever this finishes, I'm going to move over 3 of my little baby miners to a solo mining pool. And so they are going to be earning me a chance, albeit very small, per day, 1 in 582,554 chance to get a Bitcoin block. It is exceedingly rare, but it happens. I see posts randomly, but often enough to give me hope that I could get a block one day, and I'm gonna manifest it. And it's gonna change my life and everybody's life around me. Because we're gonna get $300,000 and 3 Bitcoin. If I got 3 Bitcoin, I would take at least 1 and leave it alone. And I would probably take 2 and leave it alone. Because I could make do with 1. I could do a whole lot with $110,000. I could do a whole lot with that. And I got some really good ideas. I'm cooking it up. So that is my everyday chance. Everyday chance. A little bit over 500,000 chance. And once I get back into my routine, I'm going to take one of my miners and add 90 terahash to that for 2 days a week, thus increasing my chances to 1 in 58,255. I mean, if you're a gambler, those are insane odds. And I'm not a gambler, but that's crazy. 58,000, 1 in 58,000 chance to get a block. And that's only 100 terahash. Yes. Is it exceedingly rare? Yes. Could it happen? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. So, I think that's it. I'm trying to sync up my Lace wallet here, but for whatever reason, I may just have to use the old-fashioned way and put in a seed phrase. But Lace wallet is a Cardano wallet, and it is a plugin on Brave, which is what the browser that I use. And when Charles Hoskinson was saying what he was saying about the Brave token in this, so I had always kind of ignored basic attention token, but since it's tied up with Brave, I bought a little bit this morning, and that's basically the first coin I've bought in quite some time. So definitely have that. So this is what this means. Just kind of decoding this for a minute. Oh yeah? So if you hold Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP or Solana or Avalanche, with Chase and I were talking about, or Basic Attention Token, BNB, I'm not thrilled with that, or Cardano, I'm also not thrilled with Solana or Ethereum either, or XRP for that matter, but I do have some. So I ditched most of my Ethereum. That's crazy. I remember that, and I should have been using that, but I didn't. So I definitely hold Bitcoin. I used to have more Ethereum, but I got rid of pretty much all of it, I think. I do hold a little bit of XRP. I do hold 2 Solana, but I'm ready to ditch those as soon as they hit my price targets. And Chase, something you need to see here. This is my goal for everybody. There's a couple of things. If you look down in the description, let me do this. If you look down in my description of my video, and maybe I'll just post it here for you, for your ease of downloading. I've done something for everybody. Where is it? I need to do this. I still haven't done it for May, and we're already halfway through. That's not it. Where is it? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me find it here. Where is it? So if you go to my lives, you go to the most recent one. Here we go. I've been trying to keep pretty good tabs. Look at my microphone. It's hidden in there. It's still in there. But if you come over here, I'm going to copy and paste this for you. I'm going to open it here so you can see. So this is a document that I created. There's the chat. Oh, crap. That was not a very good link. Is this going to work if I just share this link? Let's try this. Let me just try sharing this link. Copy. So this is basically a cash flow chart that I created for my own use, and I just thought it would be a cool thing to share with everybody. So I went over this in a previous live, but I'll probably go over it again. But basically what this is, I is income, E is expenses. You total up your income for the month, you total up your expenses for the month, and you subtract I from E and put that here. You put your totals here, okay? You put the date. I do this every month. Since the market's been down, I haven't done it for a couple months, but I need to again because we're about to take off. So what you're doing is you're focusing energy onto your finances. And I'm getting a little hot, so let me turn my air conditioning down while I continue to explain. So you're focusing energy in your finances, and as soon as I started doing this a couple of years ago, I watched my finances skyrocket. And once you put mindful intention towards something, you start to see it do well. So you take your income and your expenses, you subtract the expenses from them, you see what's left over. And then you total up your assets, you total up your liabilities. Assets are, it's not, I don't put my house as it, although I probably could, but it's more of a liability. I put my mortgage under the liabilities, I put my car loan, I put my student loans on the liability side. Assets, I put things like precious metals, my crypto exchange balances, and things like that, so I can keep track of all of this. So this is a 6-month paper that you can use free of charge. I don't even ask for anything. This is for your benefit. So check this out, use it, pay attention to your finances, and it will pay off. It'll pay off dividends. All right, and then I'm pretty sure this is in the description of this video, all of this stuff. Okay, daily market update. Oh, you know what's not in here is the Discord link. But that's okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so number 1, track your finances. Number 2, figure out an exit strategy for all of your coins. Okay, so I went through all the coins that I own, which is upwards of 30 of them. Bitcoin, of course, being the top dog. And I came up with price targets. And I've already hit 3 of them. I actually ignored 85. I did not sell at 85. and then I sold at 95 a little bit, I sold at 105 a little bit. So 125 is my next price target. I'm not going to sell until it hits that. So what this does is it takes the emotions out of the market. I am extremely thirsty. Please remember to stay hydrated. Your body is mostly water. Get your daily dose. All right, I'm getting ready to wrap it up here. But let me finish here. So that's my next price target. After that, 140. After that, 200K question mark. So these ones are yet to trigger. That's incredible. Well, feel free to use my chart. Free of charge. I made it in, like, I think it was Google Excel or whatever. And oh yeah, so the other thing I put is my credit score and the Bitcoin price, just to kind of see what things are doing and to look back, because I have this for like 2 years on all these little slips of paper, you know, just about like this big. And so I have little slips of paper that I've written on, and I was like, why don't I just put this all in one place on one sheet of paper? So I printed this out double-sided on 2 pieces of paper, so that makes 2 years worth of financial records that I'll have as long as I keep up with it. So check it out, try it out, have some fun with it. Let me know if there's anything you would add to that. So come up with some solid numbers, and I just kind of made these up, right? And so for ADA, for Bitcoin, I wasn't specific how much I wanted to sell at when, but with ADA and all the other coins I was. And maybe I'll do a video where I just go over all of my numbers and just say, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think about what I'm thinking? So with Cardano, this was in, this was in July of 2024. I do. A little bit. I have a bag that I don't touch, right? But I do plan on taking some profits. And I think it's probably only going to be this market where I take some profits off the top, and not so much in Bitcoin. That's why I don't have numbers next to this of how much. But again, remember, I am wholly embracing the sell and replace. Where is it? Nope, I think I missed it. I am full-heartedly embracing sell and replace. Spend and replace. Spend and replace. This is a financial network, and we need to utilize it as such. Otherwise, it will not ever get mainstream adoption in any meaningful way if we all just hodl onto it. But of course, yes, there is a big portion of my coin that I will never touch. That is my generational wealth. That is my gigantic bag, and it is locked away. There you go. Yeah, that's the idea. You got to take some profits at some point. And this strategy here is how you take emotion out of what you're doing. You say, okay, this number, and it's fun. It's really fun. When it got to 85K, you know, the price was 69 in July 2024 when I made this, and it hit 85K, and I was like, nope, I'm not going to touch it. And waiting for ADA. I have notes on my note app where I was waiting for ADA. I said 99 cents and waiting. And so I was waiting for it to hit $1 so I could cash out 200 ADA, right? That's nothing compared to my whole bag. So I was just like, let me just take some profits, right? I took $200 of profits, and I sold it at $1.02. So I actually beat what I did. This takes the emotions out, because as these numbers start to go up, we're going to see insane things. I'm going to put it down right here because Crypto Crow is calling it. I'm going to put 400 at, let's put $10, and we'll put 200 at $15. There you go. So because I had bought in so early with Cardano, I remember buying ADA at 2 cents. I had 3,000 ADA at 2 cents. And I don't think I sold it at the peak of $3. I think I missed that peak because I was too emotional. I was like, oh, it's going up. It's just going to continue to go up. And that market was extremely disappointing because we were supposed to hit 100,000 and we didn't, right? Wow, 2 cents, right? So when I made this document here, this is something I typed up on a live stream, but my original document, this was the numbers. So on July 2024, it was 42 cents. And so on 11 in 2024, yes, this is why you need to do this. This is the plan. So this is the strategy to take your emotions out. Just come up with some numbers. You said your first target's $5. That's incredible. Figure out a number that you want to sell. I'm going to make $1,000 at 200 selling at $5. I'm going to make 600. So I'm going to have $800 in profits by the time we get to $3 Cardano. And then at $5 Cardano, that'll be $3,000 total. Right? 800. I'm sorry, 1,800. I'm great at math. And then I'm going to wait till $8. And some of these may just trigger 5, 8, 10. Who knows? Ride the bear. Yeah. So the plan here for this market is ride it up, take as much profits as I can, and I've planned out a number that I have, and with all of this strategy I came up with. So I have a number of what I'm looking to get this cycle. Move it into a stable coin maybe, or just move it back into Bitcoin or something, reaccumulate more Bitcoin, accumulate all the way down. And again, I'm mining, so I'm accumulating every day. So that continues to add to my big bag. And hopefully I get a Bitcoin block at some point. And that, the way I have that mining is it goes straight to my cold storage. So one day I'm going to check my cold storage and it's going to be full. And I'm going to be very happy. So take the emotions out. Come up with a game plan. And that's that. That's all you got to do. It takes out the emotions. And it's kind of like a game. You're like, ooh, did I hit this price target? And then you look at all the coins that you got and you're like, ooh, I hit this price target. Ooh, I hit this price target, right? So it's a lot of fun. I highly suggest this, what you do. So as we go, you know what? We were talking about Algorand. And since you were so courteous to join my stream on the first day we met, I'm going to give you my numbers. So my note here, I have crypto exit plan 2024, because that's when I made it. All right. So far, by the end of January, with all of my price targets, I had already taken out $4,000. And I was pretty happy with that. All right. So we were talking about Algorand. Where are we at? Here we are. So let me put up my Algorand numbers. And I've only hit one price target on Algorand. Let's take a look at Algorand. Let's go over here to ADA. Algo. That's a market cap. There we go. I like the Coinbase numbers. As horrible as it is, they are pretty reliable. Okay, Algorand's diving, but we're at 21 cents. All right, you ready for some fun numbers? I don't know what I could look back on my Coinbase and figure out what my average price is, but let me do this real quick. So, Algo. At the time of writing, which was 7/2024, the price of Algo was 14 cents. And so I planned in my notes here, it says keep 1,000 Algo and take profits to reallocate later. And so what I did, let's see, my projected profits in Algo are $10,000. It's 10. 150. So that's my projected profits. So that's pretty darn good. I'm excited about that. And I know you were telling me you got a pretty big bag of that, so can't imagine what your numbers are. But anyway, so I hit one price target for algo. I sold 500 at 50 cents. And when was that? That was 12 to 24. So that's what I did. My other price targets to come, I'm gonna try and sell 500 at 80, and these are just numbers that I came up with. 80 cents. So when these get triggered, I'll put them in there. And 500 at, I think, 95 cents. And these are, I'm just trying to stay unemotional and just come up with some profits that I want to take. And then another 500 at $1. Okay, so I'm gonna keep these updated when I get these price targets. So it looks like I had a couple thousand. So that's that's 2,000 that I want to sell and 1,000 that I'm going to keep, basically. So I think that's what I'm looking at. And yeah, so what did I say? 5 at 5 or... No, I'm looking at something different. Swap. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at for that. Oh no, that is not the right number. I was gonna say, that doesn't add up. That does not add up. I was looking at the wrong thing. 1625. There you go. See, I'm just trying to get some profits going, but that's a great attitude, you know. Maybe I'll put another one for $2, but I'm gonna see how the market goes. You know, like I said, this is just a guideline. This is a skeleton structure so that I can say, okay, at 80 cents, it's time to make a decision. What am I doing? Am I going for it? Am I gonna take those profits? Am I not gonna take those profits? At 95 cents, am I gonna take those profits? Am I not gonna take those profits? If it goes straight up to $1, well, obviously I'm gonna have to readjust and move it upwards and say, okay, maybe $2, maybe $3. You know, I haven't heard a whole lot about algo recently to know what its price projection is going to be, but these are just numbers that I came up with off the top of my head. So what I encourage you to do for your various crypto holdings is go through and literally do this. Make a game plan for every single crypto that you hold. Are you done yet? No, it's not done yet. Probably by the morning it'll be done, but that's okay. It gives me the rest of the day to continue mining. Let us look one more time at the price before I sign off. Let's see. Yeah, it probably would happen. All right, let's put on a little something exciting. Let's go with my new favorite right here. All right, let me take a nice drink because I'm very dehydrated. Remember, friends, stay hydrated. All right, that is plenty long enough for a Friday edition. It's been an incredibly long day. I spent some Bitcoin today at a store in real life. Boom! That's wild. Happy Steak and Shake Bitcoin Day. Crazy. 20,000 sats. 20,000 sats. Well, friends, it's been a Friday edition of HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. I hope you're riding this crypto wave with me. I hope your bags are packed. I have been Tom Durante. the maestro, a crypto enthusiast, a miner, a HODLer. I think he was. He's a newbie to the Discord. Happy Steak and Shake Day. Many, many others to follow them. Here we go. Off we go. So, if you want to help out humanity, some things you can do. I'm going to add a number 5 to this. And I'm going to do number 5.1. Spend and replace your Bitcoin. Use it. Be the crypto economy. Become it. Back to number 1. Be nice to this person in the mirror. That's really the only person who matters. Number 2. Be nice to others. Be courteous. Number 3. Be mindful of all earthlings, big and small. Be respectful. Number 4. Stay hydrated. Your body is mostly water. Get your daily dose. Things you should do for this channel. Number 5. Get in the Discord. Join the community. Join the conversation on Discord. I didn't post a link. Where's my link? Oh, is there a link? I think it's in the description. Oh my god, this is so meta. I'm watching myself on YouTube while I'm streaming myself on YouTube. There it is. So there's a link in the description, but I will post it in the chat. Oh, you poop. There you go. A little Discord action for you. I'm going to pin that. Boom. Oh, that is so cool watching it live. I usually just see it on my end, but this is so cool. All right. I want to say a little thank you to my new friend, Chasen, for trusting some random dude that you just met at Steak and Shake. That was pretty cool. I did not expect, of all the serendipity for us to both be there at the same time for the same reason, that's pretty cool. So I think that's going to be a partnership for the future. And I know Mr. Butters, he's the one I was telling you about who lives off in Washington. And I know he's expressed interest in coming down to Florida. Right? It was just serendipity. I had literally just finished ordering my burger. I turned around and there he was. And he said, "Hey, nice shirt." And that's what it started. So that's pretty cool. Mr. Butters, I want to come see your beautiful neck of the woods in Washington. I can say I've never been out there. I flew to California for my cousin's wedding, and I wanted nothing more than to see the Golden State Mint. No, the Golden State Mint? No. Somewhere. Oh, I forgot all my silver history. Carson City Mint in Nevada? Wherever that is. I don't know where I was. That's a whole nother country away. But Carson City I want to go to because I got into silver and I started collecting some Carson City minted coins because it was the Comstock lode. And they literally built a mint because of all the silver that they found. So that's pretty cool history. I want to go see that. So if I ever get out there and you're still out there, I'll come and see you. But I know you've expressed interest in coming down to Florida. We welcome you. You should at least come for vacation and check it out. Soak up some sunshine in the Sunshine State. So let me get back to my outro here. Things that you can do for the YouTube algorithm. And just my channel in general. Join the Discord. That's number 5. That's why I posted the link. Stay on topic here. Number 1. What you can do is hit that like button. Smash the subscribe. Poke the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I put out new content. And most importantly, share this video. Oh, I know what number 5 was. I'm so sorry. Most importantly, number 4, share this video with your friends, your family, people you don't know, whoever doesn't understand Bitcoin. I'm attempting... Is the report button good too? I don't have a sound effect for that one. I don't have a sound effect for that one. Oh yeah, okay. It's time for me to get off. It's been a long night. So what I will say is, I'm going to hang up my hat. What I will say is, again, number 1, like. Number 2, subscribe. Number 3, hit the notification bell. Number 4, share the video with your friends. And as always, the real number 5. Have a great night.